언제든지 내 모습 매직 단 한 번에 내가 잡아 절대 기죽지 않지 펴펴 네가 뭘 알아 견딜 수 없어 원해도 원하는 게 얼굴에 보여 I'm trouble and you running it I'm so cold when I move that way you gon' be so blown I'm the realest in the game said I'm on fire with the blade you're about to hit my name ringing in your head like whoa so keep your eyes on me now 무엇을 보던 좋아할 거야 We're so tough let's get it show you up Can you feel the rush now? Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. They could try, but we gonna wear the crown. You could go another round, 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 round. Wish you luck, but you're not bringing us down. Go hard, till we get it, we go hard. We so in it, we pop stars. Only winning, winning now. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. 난 멈추지 않아 Oh, we go hard Oh, we pop stars Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down They could try, but we gonna wear the crown You could go another round, 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 round Wish you luck, but you're not bringing us down Go hard, till we get it, we go hard We so in it, we pop stars Only winning, winning now Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down
Internet, hello and welcome to the second part of the Get Wrecked Summer Splash Platinum Capped Week 1. I'm AlexH822 and this is Noah, Cyrene, Hasoon, and we're getting into Champion Select for game number 1 of the Sensei Squad versus the Special Characters.
So, Sensei Squad is going to be on the blue side this game.
They chose that.
Yeah, so Sensei Squad did have first game choice. They chose blue side. And our first band is going to look like, drumroll please, Jace.
Okay, so Sensei Squad coming in, slightly modified roster, but they are the winners of Platinum Cap GRLCS in the most recent split.
Yeah.
So they're here, you know, spirit protecting a title. Sivir gonna be banned away, just probably the most powerful AD carry on the current patch/meta.
Yeah, we saw Sivir be played earlier today by Bingo Squad 2.
Yes.
Yeah. It looked pretty decent.
Champ's ridiculous. It's a lot of damage in team fights, ridiculous amounts of wave clear, the utility of her ultimate, and just like the safety of the spell shield, just kind of the whole package. The only thing she lacks is range, but it doesn't really matter because you just attack the tanks and kill the backline through them.
We are also seeing an Udyr ban from Sensei Squad. Probably more of a target ban to Pancakes. 2 OP?
Yeah, I can't say that I really am familiar with special characters as players, so I'm not sure if, like, maybe they play a lot of Udyr. I have to imagine that's the case because it's not like Udyr's crazy high priority in the meta right now. They're going to also ban the Lulu in response. Special characters are going to ban Mordekaiser and Zoe.
Mordekaiser being extremely ridiculous after that rework, able to just take your 20-0 ADC out of the team fight and still beat it. For some odd reason, they thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, I'm personally not a big fan of Mordekaiser Ultimate from a game design perspective, but that's neither here nor there. Let's take a look at this Tahm Kench first pick for the side of Sensei Squad.
Tahm Kench did get some nerfs this patch. It was decently dominant in solo queue in the top lane versus support. So do you think this is going to be a top lane Tahm Kench or a support Tahm Kench?
I think it'll still be top lane Tahm Kench, if I had to guess. But I mean, it's kind of a flex pick. I don't know if it's really that great in the support role, just given there's so many options that you can pick against it, and special characters do kind of have the ability to pick against it right now. Yeah. They're lucking Shen first off.
I like the Shen pick a lot. Shen's a very safe early pick. It allows you to ult onto your ADC if you want to go for more of a protect the ADC comp. It allows you to get really good ganks off with the taunt. And a Volibear pick. Volibear hasn't really been seen too much recently.
Yeah. Can't say that I've seen a lot of Volibear, but I think the champion can snowball pretty effectively if it, gets an early lead.
For sure.
And we'll see how Pancakes does on it. It's kind of one of those run at you champions.
You could technically also have the Volibear support / top, and then the Shen's also support. There's a lot of places that these champions can go at the moment.
Jinx gonna be locked in on the side of the Sensei squad, scaling hyper carry. I think Jinx is in a fairly good spot right now.
Yeah, and it does look like we might be seeing the Nami. I do like Jinx Nami a lot if this is going to be the lock-in. And it does look like Kayn.
No,
so Kayn is going to be locked in. Obviously, the jungler for Water Bear. Kayn, I feel, is in a very good position right now. Depending on how you want to play, Rost has always been pretty good. Shadow Assassin Kayn. I personally don't like it. Some people do, and depending on who you're going against, it can be extremely strong.
Yeah. Kai'Sa will be the lock-in for special characters, so they can pick themselves up one of those marksmen to match up against the Jinx. Kai'Sa's pretty good one.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll go for the Monomune build or skip the Monomune in favor of just not power troughing.
Yeah.
So now we're into the second round of bans. The special characters ban away Ryze from presumably Midnight Slushy.
Yeah, so Ryze, we saw it again earlier today. It was very impressive. He did get a bit of a change. His W is no longer a root. It's a slow now.
But if empowered, it becomes a root.
Yes, empowered, it becomes a root. His E can as soon as it gets cast, it bounces off immediately the first time. As well as his ult now has 3 levels instead of 2 levels.
Yeah, Blitzcrank is the ban away. Interesting.
It's an interesting support pick. They obviously I wouldn't be surprised to see a Thresh ban or a Nautilus ban here.
Yeah,
or
seeing as the
Pyke.
Blitzcrank ban comes out, you probably were going to ban away another support, I would guess. Try and put the support on something he's, less comfortable with. Granted, Sensei Squad have yet to pick up a support themselves, so...
Theoretically, have yet to. Again, it could be a Tahm Kench support. I don't think it's going to be, but it could.
So the last ban is going to be the Thresh. Good call. Just take the support player from special characters off of what appears to be his comfort, which is those pick-based supports.
Yep. We are going to see, I'm going to say, the support locked in now for special characters.
If Blitz and Thresh are worth bans, then I would assume Nautilus is going to be the pick. They've already banned the Morgana, so that's not going to be neutral. Yeah, Nautilus is going to be there, and they can't pick the Morgana in response to neutralize it.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see what they opt to pick here. Obviously, they need to pick their mids and support.
Or top, depending
on how they want to use the Tahm Kench.
Yeah. I imagine it's going to be... I don't know what Midnight Slushy will pick here. They're going to pick Alistar for the support role for Mark Hames.
I like the Alistar pick here. It is a lot of good engage, it's a lot of good disengage, depending on how you want to use the champion.
And now they've got to show their mid laner now. Unless that is of course, the Kayn mid. We saw that from Rodham yesterday, but it will not be. It'll be the Swain for Midnight Slushy.
I like the Swain pick. Oh
no, last minute swap over to Cassiopeia.
So, Cassiopeia, very strong, obviously a great team fighter with the Petrifying Gaze, allowing you to get massive stuns if used at the proper time. Miasma, always such a great ability. So I'm definitely...
Miasma is just really good ability to have.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see. I assume it's going to Midnight Slush. I assume they're in OKLCS in, I guess, correct order, quote-unquote.
Yeah, it does appear to be the case. Now, they've got to show their mid laner here. Lux will be the option for Skarl. So, and again, Lux really just very good in general. I think in support, it's probably the best support in my opinion. At the mid lane, you can just abuse those AP ratios on the damage, on the shields, to even greater effect.
I also really do like Lux's range. It works very well against Cassiopeia, just allowing you to kind of zone off just a tad bit. Especially with the slow from, I don't know actually what Lux's E is called.
Lucent Singularity.
Lucent Singularity.
Right.
So it allows the slow, allows you to kind of put some distance between you and Cassiopeia, as well as get some damage if she does decide to stay in there.
Yeah, and Cassiopeia, I think Skarl's probably not going to have, priority in this lane. But Midnight Slushy shouldn't be able to kill Skarl because anytime he runs at you to chase you down with Twin Fangs, you just throw the Light Binding backwards and run yourself out of there.
Yeah, so I definitely think it is a safe pick, for sure. Especially taking Barrier. Oh, no, Cleanse. So I was about to say I would have opted for Cleanse instead. Mm-hmm. Looks like they are one step ahead of me. The Cleanse being just such a, honestly, just a great call against the Cassiopeia. The odds, if you get stunned by that Petrifying Gaze, level 6.
You're donezo.
Yeah, you're dead unless you have Cleanse.
Mm-hmm. And I like this too. You've got Volibear that's gonna have, Shen coming in with him. You've got a lot of shields coming out from this Lux. I'm honestly surprised that Lux's shield has not been nerfed yet, because I think it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, but on the other side, we do have Tahm Kench. Obviously, again, we talked about it a bit when it got locked in. Did see some nerfs this patch for the top lane Tahm Kench. I want to say his Devour does a little less damage, as well as it's a longer cooldown. So it's definitely going to be it's definitely not as oppressive. So it's going to be interesting to see how Zale decides to do this matchup against Skelly, who is on a much safer champion, I'd say. And with the way that Shen's W works, it'll make it a lot harder for Zale to get those stacks onto him.
Yeah. I don't know. It's still going to be kind of hard for Skelly, I imagine. I don't think that the Shen can realistically take extended trades with Tahm Kench, which is what Shen wants to do in order to win trades. You want to get those 3 autos off and then just continue laying down damage while you have the shields and you have the W. But Tahm Kench, he's totally fine with the extended trades. He'll probably win them with his large amount of damage on that W in spite of the nerfs. He's got, stuns after stuns if he just continues to tongue lash you. And it's hard. I think Skelly is going to have to impact other lanes if he wants to, have an impact on this game.
Yeah. I definitely think that the focus is going to be on the spot lane. Kai'Sa Nautilus versus Jinx Alistar. I think depending on how... I really think this lane really comes down to this Nautilus and how well this Nautilus gets played. If the Nautilus gets played poorly, Alistar abuses it, Alistar abuses Kai'Sa, that's going to be the lane for Sensei Squad. But if the Nautilus can make extremely good plays, like we saw earlier today in the Bingo Low Elo Rats game, it can just steamroll a lane.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Nautilus is the one that has a lot of the onus on this in this lane. The Alistar has a pretty, straightforward job. Go knock up both of them. If the Nautilus ever jumps on your Jinx, just go knock up the Kai'Sa or kick her back or whatever. Yeah. It's a little bit easier for the Alistar to know what to do. The Nautilus has a little bit more... What's the word I'm looking for? It has
more options, and because it has more options, it makes it harder to play.
Yeah, it's not quite as straightforward as it were. All right, let's get into this loading screen.
Possibly.
Do you think that we'll see Tear of the Goddess Kai'Sa, or has that sort of died out?
I think we will be seeing Manamune. I think we will be seeing the Manamune build and the Tear of the Goddess one. Again, it's just going to be interesting, and I feel it's mostly going to be if Kai'Sa gets ahead, then he will build Manamune. If he doesn't, then he'll just go for the straightforward build.
All right. Well then,
we are also seeing Odyssey Kayn. I've actually only seen this skin in game once, surprisingly.
Really? Have you seen the Odyssey trailer?
Yes.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Kane's like freaking out. He's like, I'll take back what you stole from me. And she's just like, yeah, he's so funny. What a loser.
No, I really enjoyed the Odyssey event and just like the whole overall feel.
I didn't get to play the Odyssey event. It looked really fun, but I was not playing League during the time that the Odyssey event came out, and I was like, man, I missed that. I really loved the Star Guardian, event.
It was basically
like that, except more intense, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good accurate representation. We are missing a scoreboard.
Oh, yes we are. Oops.
But getting into it, on the blue side, we have Sensei Squad Gaming. In the top lane, we have Zale1212 on Tahm Kench. In the jungle, we have Water Bear on Kayn. In the mid lane, we have Midnight Slushy on Cassiopeia. And in the bot lane, we have Blue Ashley and Mark Hames on Jinx and Alistar, respectively.
Respectively. On the red side, we've got the special camera flash taunt. Hold up, Skelly goes in. He's gonna get onto Blue Ashley, but the light binding wasn't there, but the flash drench line is, and they flip him over. First blood goes over to I Cry During Sex. Fascinating.
Possibly a little bit too much information on that name.
All right, so Mark Hames now is going to be the target. Extra Crispy should have that dredge line here fairly soon, if not now, but doesn't go for it. Not enough people to follow up on it, but really nicely done by special characters. That invade was there. The flash taunt came in from Skelly. The light binding didn't follow, but the flash dredge line was, so really nicely done. And I Cry During Sex is going to pick up the Sapphire Crystal, building towards that Tear of the Gods.
Would you now like to introduce special characters for
Right,
us?
of course. Skelly in the top lane on Shen, Pancakes in the jungle on Volibear, Skarl on Lux in the mid lane, and in the bottom lane it's I Cry During Sex and Extra Crispy on Kai'Sa and Nautilus.
Yep. So it does look like we are going to see a normal start from special characters. And it does look like Water Bear is going to be invading red side first.
This is not a new thing, but like it's a thing that some Kanes have been doing where they cheese the enemy, steal away his Raptor, steal away his red buff to start off the game.
But it does look like Pancakes 2OP and the rest of special characters, does have an idea about it.
They have a ward on their own red buff, so they are going to see Water Bear taking that one away. He'll just immediately run over. They've got vision littered around the enemy red side jungle, so won't be too much of a problem for Pancakes to secure himself his second buff.
Yeah. So it does look like both junglers are most likely going to be vertical jungling. Nothing too surprising there. You obviously saw that. Oh, Kane's at my red buff. I could either fight him or I could just take his.
Yeah. I mean, but there's no way I'm gonna make it over there before he finishes off the red buff. So I might as well just go and take his.
Yeah.
He is, however, coming in for a gank upon getting both of those buffs, and they know that Blue Ashley has no flash. That's a good knockup, but the dredge line gonna connect, and that means Blue Ashley is not long for this world to ignite, and I Cry During Sex picks up a second kill of the game.
Very good knockback from Mark Hames, just not really much that you could do. Blue Ashley got caught by that dredge line. Obviously still didn't have flash, no reason to use that field. The ignite did come out from Extra Crispy, and I Cry During Sex already had a commanding lead with 150 gold bounty.
Yeah. The ignite was there to make sure that if he did heal, he would die, but when the ignite goes down, that means, okay, I might as well not heal, because I'm gonna die anyway.
Yeah. So Mark Hames almost also just got hit by that dredge line, that minion barely saving him. If he got hit, I'm pretty sure he would have died there. Or at least flashed.
Maybe. Extra Crispy was a little bit dangerously close to tower. If he had taken that dredge line, he might have been. And then he'd obviously get pulverized up under tower. That would activate Aftershock. Mark Hames was probably going to be fine. But I Cry During Sex is gonna have his Tear of the Goddess as well. Oh no, he goes for the pickaxe. Picks up the pickaxe earlier on. Gives him some more power in lane as well as pushes him towards that Q evolve.
So, but by the looks of it, pickaxe, mana crystal, it does look like he might be going for Tear of the Goddess in a bit here.
Yeah. The Sapphire Crystal built into the Monamune. Now Zale is gonna eat up Skelly, but he's gotta make sure he's careful about that gray health. Don't wanna not activate your E and die.
Yeah. He is going to heal up to about, I want to say a bit under half health, as we see. Skelly looking a lot stronger in this lane. early on right now.
At least in that trade.
Yes. Meanwhile, this bot lane from Sunset Squad is very scared at the moment. Don't want to get hit by those dredge lines. Extra Crispy doing a very good job on getting I Cry During Sex fed.
Yeah. Skelly just taking it up here. Here's Water Bear. Good light binding from Skarl will get him away from the damage for a little while. He has to flash away. There's the Flash Ignite, but it's not going to be enough to take Skarl down. He actually cleanses for good measure.
Probably to ward off any thoughts of diving after the lane got pushed up. Yeah. So very, very good escape from Skarl. Got both of the flashes as well as the Ignite from Midnight Slushy.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a summoner spell victory for special characters, but if Skarl gets shoved out of lane and is not able to pick up the CS, he's already at a discrepancy.
Yeah, already about 20 CS down, so almost double. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how Skarl can continue on in this lane.
Yeah, and this is one of those things. Lux, for all of her power, is very weak in the early stages of the laning phase in mid lane. Doesn't quite have the ability to shove because Lucent Singularity doesn't kill the minions, and it costs a lot of mana.
Yeah, it's something like, I want to say 90 mana per cast.
Pancakes do OP coming in. He's going to get Tongue Lash for the slow. Flash for the knockup. The taunt is going to come through as well, but they didn't layer the CC. Zale going to flash away. He didn't activate the Grey Hell.
That is just going to be a kill for Skelly. Very good gank from Pancakes. Flashed in, got the knockup. CC layering could have been a lot better, but at the end of the day, they got the kill. They got Zale's flash. Very good gank, force, and a very demanding lead right now for, I wouldn't say
demanding.
Demanding.
I demand this.
This is my lead. I deserve it. You know, I've been out of school for a month. Give me a break.
Like Extra Crispy looking for a dredge line. You see Blue Ashley playing way far back.
Yeah, Blue Ashley does not want to get hit by another dredge line. She knows it's basically instant death.
Well, she has both her sums now, at the very least.
It's almost an instant death.
It's definitely going to cost her summoners if a dredge line lands.
Yeah.
I Cried During Sex, level, not quite level 6, so he does have the pickaxe compared to a dagger.
So we are going to see special characters bot lane back. We are now seeing the Tear of the Goddess, obviously going for that Manamune. They also do have vision on the enemy blue buff, but it does look like Pancakes 2OP is about to head that way.
Yeah, the junglers might meet each other at this buff, and I Cry During Sex and Extra Crispy, they're on their way through that area. I think Skarl has sniffed this one out as well as he's making his way for the collapse.
But it does look like there is going to be a disengage there. Can't really tell much off of the minimap. I don't even know who got it.
It hasn't been taken yet.
Oh.
All right, Water Bear really wants to do something down here.
But it does look like our camera wants to be looking at this top lane CS match right now.
Yeah, not a whole lot is happening. He's just backing away at this point. Pancakes 2OP clearing out some vision in his own side of the jungle.
Yeah, and it does look like Water Bear is just going to go take his own red buff. He is also 2 camps ahead, so it is like a camp and a half ahead. So it is looking at least a bit better in the clearing side of Water Bear. Obviously, he's playing Kayn. He wants to get a bit more ganks in, get that form change.
Wow, they're actually just going to try and force this dragon. It is an Infernal Drake, so fairly high priority. 4 members strong in this bottom lane. Or the bottom side of the map for special characters. They really want this one, but the Scuttlecrab has been taken already, and actually the Volibear passive was triggered by the dragon.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Water Bear coming in. He's level 6. Pancakes 2OP is not level 6 either. The Petra or the Dredge line has been whipped. He steals it. He's gonna flip him over, but Pancakes 2OP gets to stand united. I Cry During Sex torch the black away. There's the final spark. Water Bear falls. The taunt misses. Midnight Slushy gets pulled above the Dredge line and taken down. It's a 2-for-1 so far, and they're not done yet. Flash forward for the knockup or for the root. Blue Ashley caught by the light binding, and I Cry During Sex with the killer instinct is gonna get in there. One more round time. We'll finish up Mark Hames. Scowly gets the killing spree. Dredge line connects on the Blue Ashley. They're not done yet. Here's the Abyssal Voyage. The taunt comes through, and he goes down. Skelly slowed up under tower by the Tongue Lash. He's gonna try and run out the other side. Zale trying to slow him down, but the Tongue Lash will lick him to death. Shutdown goes over. It's a 2-for-5 or 2-for-4 in favor of special characters.
So, Sensei Squad was able to pick up the dragon, but I don't think it was worth it. They gave up so much gold. 4 people ended up dying. Blue Ashley also used the heal trying to heal Mark Hames, but used it just a second too late, so he didn't get the heal and he ended
Water
up
Bear gonna get caught by the Dredge Line. There's a lot of damage from the Void Seeker. Super Mega on the right, does not finish up Extra Crispy. He gets the shield. Poison is gonna tick down, but it's not enough to break the shield.
So, definitely a lot of parts that went wrong in that fight. Not killing Pancakes to OP before the Stand United finish. Skelly was able to get into that fight, and he was more of just an extra body that helped.
Yeah, I mean, he did finish off Blue Ashley at the very end there, so being in that fight was important. Pancakes is going to get caught by the Miasma, taking a lot of damage. He's got no passive. Mark Hames wanted to go for it, but he wasn't quick enough on the draw. A little bit indecisive there from the support player of Sensei Squad.
Yeah, but at the end of it, Special Characters does have a lead of 1,000 gold about 10 minutes into this.
Yeah. In spite of all of that, because of the Abyssal Voyage coming in, because Skelly did end up falling off of that tower dive, they only got 1 plate for that play.
Yeah, it's definitely, like, for all that happened, it felt like they should have gotten more.
Yeah.
But it does look like Pancakes is going to be able to pick up this blue buff. Might be giving it over to Scarl. We'll see it here in just a second.
No, he's taking it.
No. My jungle, my blue buff. Volibear being decently mana dependent, so I guess it's okay.
Also, he's a little bit behind as far as farm goes. Well, so is Scarl actually. So, you know, just do what you will.
Do what you want to do with that blue buff. But Scarl having that kill, having 3 assists versus Midnight Slushy's just 1 death. I want to say that the gold is even.
All right, they are sniffing something out. I think they know. Life Binding finds 2. Final Spark goes out. It's almost enough to take out Blue Ashley. The Void Seeker did connect, but they can't go in. The Killer Instinct comes in, and Blue Ashley falls for the 4th time. Mark Hames now being the focus. He's got his ultimate running. Dredge Line doesn't connect on the Water Bear. Pancakes wants this one, but he doesn't have it.
If that Dredge Line had landed, I feel like that would have been a kill onto Water Bear, or he would have at least been forced to ult, do something fancy to get out of there.
Yeah. He did still have his flash. He does have his ultimate. There's the Devour onto Skelly, and Skelly is really losing out on this trade.
Yeah. As you were talking about earlier before this game started, obviously Shen going to have a lot harder time doing those extended trades against Zale.
All right, Mark Hames was looking for some Hex Flash shenanigans onto iCry during sex, but could not convince Water Bear to go for that one.
But Blue Ashley 1-4-1 right now. Kind of surprising. Sensei Squad being, again, like we were talking about, the defending champs from last split.
Yeah. Well, I mean, quote unquote. This isn't the GRLCS.
Yes.
But
I mean, it is the GRLCS, but it isn't the GRLCS.
Well, it's not the GRLCS. GRLCS starts in August. This is the Summer Splash. It's not even the same tournament format. Anyway, Skelly gonna go for a quick trade on the Zale. Nicely done. Anyway, 1-4-1. Blue Ashley is struggling this game a little bit. There's a ward in that brush. Pancakes 2 OP should know that he's been spotted out.
Just slightly. But iCry during sex, 4-0-3, 400 gold bounty, has that full mana immune, trying to stack it up as much as possible.
Yeah, he's about 1,400 gold ahead of Blue Ashley right now.
Yeah.
Not an insignificant number.
Yeah, and then even though Midnight Slushy has 26 CS over Scarl, Scarl has a 300 gold lead over Midnight Slushy. Which is somewhat surprising.
All right, Skelly gonna go for a quick trade on Zale once again. Getting those good short trades for Shen, that's what you want, but he is down a lot of CS compared to Zale.
Yeah, Zale is doing extremely well right now, but those 3 kills are making it up a bit to where
400 gold.
400 gold, so nothing super crazy.
Yeah, that's like
it's like a kill and an assist.
All right, turret plating falling down. Here we're gonna have a dragon started up by the special characters. It's another Infernal Drake. They don't want that one to go over as well. Even if the Infernal count, deny the second Infernal.
Yeah. But even with 6 kills above...
Oh, Rift Herald has been started up by the Sensei Squad. Skelly knows it's happening, and look at all the members of special characters just on their way into this fight.
Yeah, the Miasma going to get a very good slow, stop the team from being able to engage whatsoever. Blue Ashley now trying to slow Extra Crispy, trying to keep that dredge line from ever landing on anyone right now. But it does look like special characters might, yeah, they are just going to start up this Rift Herald.
Yeah, they've got 5 members here. Skarl sitting in Fog of War, throws out the Light Binding, but Mark Hames is not exactly the target you want. Extra Crispy goes and takes command of that brush. There's the dredge line gonna land. It's gonna start off the fight. The taunt does not land for Skelly. There's the Petrifying Gaze. Death Charge knocks up a lot of members. Final Spark comes out. Water Variance almost eliminated, but Midnight Slushy still doing damage. Blue Ashley gets the first kill in the fight and is now excited. A shutdown goes over as Midnight Slushy is just ripping through the Twin Fangs. Standing on is not enough to save Pancakes to OP. Now Skelly and Skarl on the run out. It's 3-0 in favor of Sensei Squad.
I love how Zale tried to go in, like, keep chasing with the Abyssal Voyage. Then everyone's like, nope, we are way too low for this. But other than that, a great fight from the Sensei Squad. They were, like, Water Bear almost died. Midnight Slushy almost died. Mark Hames almost died to the turret.
Summoner Heal was burned to keep him alive.
Obviously, a lot, like, Sensei Squad did everything that they needed to. They used all of their members to the fullest of their abilities to where they survived with little to no health, and they were able to win that fight 3-0.
But the Rift Herald went over to special characters.
So with that Rift Herald, they are basically guaranteed that first turret, which kind of...
No, they lost first turret just now.
Oh, never mind. They're not guaranteed first turret, but they are guaranteed at least one turret.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they dropped the Rift Herald, and oh, no, they're gonna get it. Cool.
Yeah,
Alright, so they'll get the charge off into the second tower, assuming that this minion wave doesn't get immediately destroyed by Midnight Slushy, which it appears to be the case. There's the charge.
Yeah, so the charge is going to go. Doesn't look like this turret is going to be falling, though, so probably not the best use of the Rift Herald.
Yeah, the final spark from Skarl did a lot of damage, but unfortunately for the special characters, Midnight Slushy got off a good stun, and, you know, their backline was just unthreatened. Pancakes to OP and Skelly just not tanky enough or not positioned appropriately to threaten the backline to avoid or to prevent Blue Ashley and Midnight Slushy from just dishing out damage.
So, looking at this game right now, so we see that Sensei Squad is up about 1.5, 1.6k gold. How do you think this game is going to turn out going forward now that Sensei Squad just won that team fight?
Well, I mean, in the bottom lane, I Cry During Sex should still be significantly stronger. Meanwhile, Zale's getting ganked in this top lane. He flashes immediately. Pancakes to OP still wants it. Skelly was not quite on the same page. It seemed like Skelly was like, all right, we got the flash. Good job. Pancakes to OP's like, no, we're not done. Get him.
Pancakes is just out for blood. 0, 2, and 5 wants to get at least one kill under his belt.
Yeah, I think Midnight Slushy is significantly stronger than Skarl right now. Skarl just, he did a lot of damage during that fight, but that's all he's got. Whereas Midnight Slushy is just like dishing out damage over the course of a fight, provided he doesn't immediately die, should just destroy the front line and the back line alike.
Yeah, Midnight Slushy only getting a one-man Petrifying Gaze during that fight, but that's all he needed.
Yeah.
It was, with that one-man Petrifying Gaze, it was on Pancakes, so Pancakes couldn't flip him into the team. He was able to back out, get that Miasma out, and just deal so much damage during that team fight.
Yeah. Right. So 2 towers to 1 in favor of the Sensei Squad. They pick up that one in the bottom lane. And now all that remains in the outer ring is that top lane for them. Skelly doesn't have any intentions of giving that one up, but he's down a lot of CS, is starting to have difficulty holding off Zale, and presumably Sensei Squad will soon be rotating more players up there.
That was also slightly worrisome. I thought Skelly was about to miss that Siege minion. Sunfire Cape barely saving it. But by the looks of it, it does look like both teams are going to start looking at this dragon. Comes up in 20 seconds. I have no clue what it is.
Let's take a look. It is, a third Infernal. Oh, baby.
So both teams obviously want to get this. This game does feel like it's going to be a long 40, 50-minute game.
Ooh, Abyssal Voyage has been used. Here we go. Zale is in the front fight. Extra Crispy getting slowed up and eaten up. He's going to get spit out. Extra Crispy has nowhere to go. The Stand United comes out way too late.
And that's going to be Extra Crispy going down. That is the person that you want to get.
Mark Hames got that one. Water Bear missed the smite or didn't smite. One of the two.
I don't think Water Bear had the smite up. I think he had used the smite against Puncake's 2 OP. And that was, whatever the case, that was extremely close. Final Spark almost stealing that Infernal.
Yeah, it knocked it down to like 30 HP.
And then Mark Hames just Alistar auto, barely getting it. But definitely a stressful moment for the Sensei squad.
Yeah, they're like, wait a second, do we have Smite? They have a Lux. I've seen this one before.
Yeah. So, how are you feeling about the Shen pick? I personally liked it at the very beginning. Right now, I'm not really digging it.
I don't think the Shen is like a bad pick. It's just that the Stand United hasn't been amazing. And I think that the taunts have been slightly misused here. Skelly is going to get a gank here from Zale, but Skelly has to be very careful. The Devour does a lot of damage, and he doesn't have a whole lot to work with. Misses the stun from that Tongue Lash. Now Zale, they're just waiting for...
Okay.
A Flash Petrified Gaze! That's a kill! Midnight Slushy on the rampage as now it's Puncake's 2 OP. He's ignited. The healing is reduced. Skull throwing at the shield, but he can't get it. A double kill from Midnight Slushy.
Very good roam from Midnight Slushy. And that's going to be a Baron call.
Yeah, the Baron is going to be started up. They've got 2 members with no teleport in the bottom lane. 2 members dead. And Skarl, who all he can do is attempt to steal with the Final Spark. Midnight Slushy melts through this Baron with those twin fangs. He's going to live for it. It's too late.
Yeah, very good job from the Sensei squad. Like, that was a very ambitious gank from Puncake. Skelly missing that taunt was very rough. For, like, it was a bit. Oh, the Abyssal Voyage coming in right now.
Who's he got with him? He's got Mark Hames! That's a knockup onto 2. He's gonna use the Killer Instinct to run for his life, but Extra Crispy, he's got nowhere to go. He flashes, Tongue Lash misses. I Cry During Sex is on the run, so is Extra Crispy, but he doesn't have OB boots. Mark Hames does. He's gonna catch up to him eventually, and here comes Water Bear around the side. Extra Crispy's going down.
I would have personally liked to see Water Bear continue to try and catch I Cry During Sex. But at the end of the day, a kill is a kill. They got Extra Crispy. That's what matters. The Abyssal Voyage, just such a good use of it right there. Getting a very nice gank, getting behind I Cry During Sex and Extra Crispy, and at the end of the day,
he even steals the Scuttle Crab with the QW.
Tahm Kench is just a great champion. Like, in general, greatest champion of all time.
Yeah. So much fun. I love having playmaking stifled.
With that, 4.5k gold for Sensei Squad. They have this Baron. They're getting this inner turret. And they might be looking for this inhib turret next.
And this is one of the problems with Lux, I think. I think Lux is an incredibly powerful champion, but in the mid lane, it kind of needs to snowball a little bit. Once it gets ahead, it's ridiculous because it has insane offensive pick power and insane defensive power in the form of the Prismatic Barrier, but when you're behind, you just really can't do anything. Like, your Light Binding Final Spark combo just doesn't do anything.
Agreed. Oh, very good taunt from Skelly, able to dodge the headbutt pulverize. I was like, a headbutt something combo.
For the Light Binding, is going to connect on to Mark Hames, not the target you want, but the Final Spark will be thrown down anyway. Oh, that's a Petrifying Gaze. It stuns up Extra Crispy. Super Magnetic Rocket has been invested. Zale devoured Mark Hames to get him out of there. The knockout comes through. They're going to dissuade the chase. Skelly and Puncake's 2 OP have been chunked, and that's the frontliners that they need to get in there.
I feel like the Petrifying Gaze was used just a bit too early. I feel like you want to use it later on in the fight. Obviously, it is hard, and that's more of a hindsight thing because we did see that they didn't really want to take that fight too much. But at the end of the day, both teams back out, no deaths, so everyone's going to reset and try to do something else.
Yeah, it's now 4 towers to 3, 5,000 goals in favor of Sensei's squad. Yeah. I Cry During Sex got the mana, or the fully stacked Mirror Mana, as well as the Guinsoo's Rage Blade. I don't remember what the breakpoint is. Does that mean he has Q evolve and does he have E evolve? Not quite. Ooh, 97% attack speed. He's just got to finish that recurve bow out of those 2 daggers in order to get it.
So once he gets that, that is going to definitely allow for a lot more outplay potential. I think this level up might give it to him as well when he hits level 11. But whatever the case is, he is trying to get that E level up.
Oh, God. Oh, flash forward for the knockout. The light binding bites too. A good devour from Zale will avoid the final spark damage from Waterbear, but he gets caught. He gonna go in with the ultimate. He's gonna die. Stand United comes through. Todd comes in. He taunts 3 members, but here's Mark Hayes in the back. A double kill goes over to Midnight Slushy, and now it's Sensei Squad on the chase. There's the Miasma Skelly on the run. He's gonna get zapped. There's the Abyssal Voyage just to make sure he goes down. A triple kill for the Cassiopeia. Scarl now getting chased. It's gonna be the Quadra kill. Looking for the Penta, but Extra Crispy is not gonna give it to him today.
Midnight Slushy played that extremely well. First off, very good taunt from Skelly. That is what you want to be seeing from that Shen. It's just Midnight Slushy's way too ahead right now. 9-1-1, just got a Quadra kill. This might honestly be the game.
Yeah, 4 members dead. Extra Crispy pops back up, but it's just Pancakes 2OP, the tank that's really not all that tanky right now. Miasma throwing out. Pancakes 2OP just gets chased down. There's the Dredge Line. They're gonna root one up, but that's a lot of damage going down. Gets the Summoner heal. He wipes out the Flame Chompers. I Cry During Sex is going very low. One more crit will mean a kill for Blue Ashley. Now they're focusing down the Nexus Towers. Here's Scarl. Throws out the Light Binding. Finds both of them. He gets the final spark. Blue Ashley gets devoured. It's too late to avoid the final spark damage, but it's enough to keep him alive. Vengeful Mind Gaze goes down. Pancakes 2OP not gonna get stunned by it, but he's taking so much damage. Midnight Slushy goes legendary. Now they're chasing down Skelly. They're trying to back out of the base after they got the inhibitor. I don't think they can end just yet, or they're gonna try.
They're definitely going to try. They're waiting for minions. Waterbear is here now. Full health, has most of his mana. Blue Ashley at half health. The Demolish is going to come out on...
Taunt on the 2. There's the Light Binding on the 2, but there's no final spark. They don't have the damage necessary to finish anyone off. There's the Nexus Tower going down. The Nexus is the focus. 2 more Light Bindings. I Cry During Sex goes and shuts down Midnight Slushy. Mark Hands is going to be the next target. They taunt up another one. Waterbear on the run. Dredgeline pulls him back in. He's going to get caught with the Light Binding, and it's not over yet.
It's not over, but that base is cracked wide open. Cracked wide open. God, I cannot talk today.
Yeah, 2 Nexus Towers down.
So it isn't entirely the game, but it's very close. One more good team fight from Sensei Squad. They are going to pick up this game. They're going to pick up their first win in this series if they just one more good team fight. Special characters definitely
Baron? They're going for Baron.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something ballsy, and taking Baron right now is pretty ballsy.
I mean, they have to go for the Baron, right?
Yeah.
That's like the only thing they could possibly do that will allow them to potentially win this game, because if they don't go for it, well then Sensei Squad go for it, and they get it.
I feel like Zale should have waited a bit, got an Abyssal Void for someone else.
Yeah, but they're gonna be here plenty of time to contest this Baron. Dresden gonna pull him in. Super Mega Rocket goes in. Mark Hames is in there. He gets a big knock up onto them. Zale eats up one. Extra Crispy's down. They got the Petrifying Gaze onto I Cry During Sex and just delete him.
That's going to be the Baron going over to Sensei Squad now. No contest whatsoever. And they're just going to walk into the base and take it. There's no more turrets that they need to worry about.
Yeah, Scarl had to go back. He used the final spark to try and clear out the minions that were threatening the Nexus. They're gonna Abyssal Voyage Waterbear and Zale into the base to try and finish off the Nexus.
I would have liked to see Blue Ashley take that instead, but at the end of the day, I don't think it matters.
All right, there's a taunt on the 2. They're gonna try and stop him from getting this one, but Zale just eats up one. There's the Light Binding onto Waterbear. It doesn't matter. They're gonna focus this one down, and that's gonna be game 1 going over to the Sensei Squad.
What looked like a very rocky start for Sensei Squad. Blue Ashley was 1-4-1. It just turned around. Midnight Slushy just popping off on this Cassiopeia, 12-2-4, getting a Quadra kill.
Yeah.
Just really was just like, everyone chill, we got this, put the team on his back, and just ended up winning the game with the support of his team.
Yeah, really nice performance by Midnight Slushy. We are going to take a short break before getting to game number 2. Will the Sensei Squad take their first victory of the Summer Splash 2-0, or will special characters be able to turn it around? We'll see you in just a little bit.
Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, relentless you survive. They never lose hope when everything's cold and the fighting's near. It's deep in their bones, they'll rot into smoke when the fire is fierce. Oh, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, legends never die. They're written down in eternity, but you'll never see the price it costs. The scars collected all their lives. When everything's lost, they pick up their hearts and avenge defeat. Before it all starts, they suffer through harm just
I was dancing to that.
All right, internet, hello and welcome back to the Get Wrecked Summer Splash Platinum Capped Week 1 stream. We're in Champion Select. Whoa, it didn't transition like it normally does.
You double clicked.
Oh, I didn't. I hit it one time.
You double clicked. Anyways, I am Noah Cyrene Hassoon. This is.
Well, you don't have to introduce us between games. We're the same people.
I don't feel the same.
Special
Anyways.
characters versus Sensei Squad. Sensei Squad won game number 1, and now special characters have side selection. They opted for the blue side. They're gonna ban away the Cassiopeia that
Are you surprised?
destroyed them in game
Are
number
you
1.
surprised?
I am not at all surprised.
We are seeing the Udyr ban. Obviously, they want to keep it out of Puncake's hands. We haven't seen it, so we can't really judge it. I'm gonna guess that Puncake's is an Udyr one trick. We are seeing the Sivir ban. Sivir, obviously good ADC, obviously a safe ADC. We're seeing the Jace ban again. We saw this last game. Why am I talking super fast?
I think Sensei Squad, they're thinking, you know, why fix what isn't broken? They're just gonna go in with the similar strategy in terms of pick ban. Urgot is gonna be banned away as well.
So, Urgot got changed a while back. Purge, no cooldown, can keep it on for a while. Hurts a lot. I haven't really seen him in a while though, so.
All right, so the last ban coming out of Sensei Squad is going to be that Tahm Kench, so they don't want to pick against them. So let's see what special characters will pick up for themselves.
Skelly has 18 seconds to choose his champion.
Yeah.
What will he decide? Or someone else's champion.
Yeah, with the Tahm Kench not on the table, it was something that was very powerful for Sensei Squad in that last game. The Abyssal Voyage just delivering him and one other person to the back line. It's gonna be a Lulu. Lulu was slightly buffed on this patch.
Yeah, Lulu was also banned last game from Sensei Squad, so obvious special characters trying to learn a bit. They're taking a more supporty support this time around instead of the Nautilus.
Yeah, and I don't think the Nautilus itself was a problem, but maybe they're going for a different approach to this game. One that's more peel focused rather than a engage focused. And now Yuumi going to be locked in for Mark Hames. I think this is a very nice pick against Lulu. Lulu is a champion that doesn't have any form of sustain in the lane, and I think Yuumi excels against that type of champion.
Yeah, Yuumi, we did, I think this is the second time we were seeing Yuumi.
Yeah, it was last
played.
series. Last series we saw Yuumi as well in game number 2. Mark Hames going to pick up that one for himself. We'll have Caitlyn in the bottom lane as well for Blue Ashley.
So I don't really know too much about the bot lane matchups and like synergies. How do you feel about Caitlyn and Yuumi as a pair together?
I think it's probably going to be really unfortunate laning phase for I Cry During Sex and Extra Crispy, because Caitlyn is very lane dominant. They just you know, like, it wasn't a big buff, but it was a little teeny baby buff for Caitlyn as well.
It was 280.
Yeah, a
280.
teeny baby buff for Caitlyn. Ashe is going to be picked up for iCry during sex. A lot of people, at one point, when Caitlyn was super dominant, they saw Ashe as the quote-unquote soft counter to Caitlyn. You can, you know, compare, or you can compete with her in lane because Volley is a very powerful ability to use to push the lane, to poke, to do whatever, you know.
Okay, when you said Volley, he was hovering Volley, and I thought you were talking about Volley Bear, the champion,
no.
not Volley, the W ability.
Yeah.
But we are going to be seeing Hecarim.
Oh!
I really like Hecarim Yuumi. We saw this combo earlier today.
It's sick nasty.
Hecarim, spoiler alert, Hecarim went like 23-1.
Yeah. It was
Big
not
yikes.
But in any case, I think that Yuumi Caitlyn just really strong. It's not as strong in my opinion as Sivir Caitlyn or Sivir Yuumi,
Yeah.
but Caitlyn has comparable ability to push the wave because of Piltover Peacemaker just doing a really good job. Lux is going to be banned away.
It did a lot of damage. I don't feel like it did anything besides damage, though.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what you want. That's what you want from your Lux mid.
But no, you're right. It did a lot of damage and it didn't do anything else, but that's not what you want. You really need that extra power from that prismatic barrier from your Lux mid, or else it's just not doing as much as other mid laners are.
Agreed.
So it wasn't super, like, I think it could have been played better, but they'll respect it anyway, ban it away from Skarl. Ryze is going to be denied to Midnight Slushy as well, and the last ban is Yasuo.
Yasuo!
Alright, they must know something about these players that I don't, because...
We know nothing about special characters. I don't think we recognize a single name on this side.
Yeah, I'm not sure we do.
We should do our homework next time. And
right.
we are going to see a Zoe ban. Zoe obviously just is the new Teemo in my eyes of, oh, you want to do something, but instead of blinding you or just planting shrooms everywhere, she just one-shots you.
Yeah, Zoe's a really unfun champion to play against when it's ahead. Midnight Slushy, a respectable enough mid laner that you want to ban that champion if he plays it, and it appears he does. So now we're going to have to show one of the solo laners on the side of the Sensei squad. It's going to be Ornn in the top lane.
I really like the Ornn pick. I'm not going to lie here. Ornn with the Hecarim, with the Yuumi, with the Caitlyn, I feel like it synergizes really well.
This is a big, beefy front line to be to deliver Yuumi into the enemy team as well as to play frontline for Blue Ashley's Caitlyn. It's a really nicely crafted team comp so far, and it's not even done yet. Nico locked in for the special characters. Is this mid lane AP Nico, or is this top lane on hit Nico, or is this mid lane on hit Nico?
A lot of Nico builds, obviously. I do want to guess the Sensei squad mid laner right now. I think it's going to be Orianna.
You think Sensei's going to play Orianna?
I think so.
Okay, why?
Just because speed buffs for the Hecarim, really nice big ball. You want to just group them all together. So I think it's going to be Orianna. It might not be. I might just be crazy, but I want to say it's Orianna.
Yeah, it's gonna. The Swain is moused over.
They hovered it last time.
Yeah, you're right. We might see something different. Tryndamere was the final lock-in for the side of the special character, so it will be going to the top lane. Will this mid lane pick be the Swain? In fact, it looks like the last minute swap over to Taliyah.
Obviously I was wrong. I still do like the Taliyah pick. I think Taliyah is a very underrated mid laner. She does do a lot, in my opinion. She's able to the Weaver's Wall, I think, is what is going to be the biggest benefit for this Taliyah pick.
Yeah. Mark Hames, as you know, Yuumi doesn't take Flash most games, if not all games. I think it's a mistake to take Flash on Yuumi for the most part. Yes, there's going to be times where Flash will save you, but like summoner spells.
Ignite, heal, having Ignite and heal, allowing your ADC to take either Teleport or Cleanse is just so good.
Yeah, I think the Cleanse is really good here when you're up against Ashe. Yeah. The champion that's just going to press on you.
Even Polymorph as well. Like,
yeah.
Both of those abilities, being able to cleanse those when you're about to kill the enemy champion and they just stun you, having that cleanse is just so much better than your support just being like, okay, I'll just take the kill then, or just the enemy ADC / support getting away.
Yeah.
So I really like that Caitlyn is taking cleanse this game versus the teleport or the heal or another summoner spell.
All right. So really nice team comp put together by the Sensei Squad. On the other side, special characters, they've got this Kain, they've got this Tryndamere. Tryndamere's almost certainly going to be split pushing the entire game.
Oh,
because
guaranteed.
Look at those special characters. They don't want to team fight you. The only real power they have to team fight is in the form of Nico Ultimate with that Pop Blossom.
So I do think this is also going to be an AP Nico as well. They have the Tryndamere, they have the Ashe, they have the Kain. They don't really need any more AD. So it does look like it's going to be a full burst AP Nico, which that Pop Blossom does a lot of damage if you get ahead.
Yeah, and I also think that without the need for sustained damage, you want a little bit more burst, which will come in the form of AP oriented Nico. It's gonna be hard though. Nico is gonna have a hard time getting in if Markames is able to use that final chapter effectively. Not to mention having to run through Taliyah, just pelting things at you on your way in. Caitlyn just like slowing you on your way in, headshotting you. This is a team comp that is built to kite in their back line. Ornn can play Peel. Ornn can also play secondary engage if WaterBear wants to go forward. But Taliyah, Caitlyn, Yuumi, these champions are masters of kiting.
Yes. So just personally looking at these teams, I'm more partial to Sensei Squad's lineup. I really like the Hecarim with the Yuumi and how that combos really well. I think Taliyah and Caitlyn can really just peel off from themselves. Sure, you're going to have Kayn trying to just run in and go to the backline. I would be surprised to see Shadow Assassin. I think Rost is the better choice in this game. But if we do see the Shadow Assassin, I wouldn't be surprised to just see Rost one-shot one of these people and then dying.
Shadow Assassin?
Yes.
Well, Rost is not the Shadow.
Sorry. I wouldn't be surprised to see Shadow Assassin one-shot one of these carries and then potentially dying, or maybe even getting both of them. But I do think we are going to be seeing the Rost just because of the Hecarim and the Ornn.
Mm-hmm. I think it can be difficult to really be able to one-shot either of these two carries just because Yuumi is so powerful at denying that ability. It's not like Lulu levels of deny on one person, but it's really quite good. Yumi's burst healing is very good when you have Athene's Unholy Grail and a couple of those heal and shield effectiveness up items.
I'm also a bit surprised that we aren't seeing the Mordekaiser this game. It wasn't banned.
That's true.
And it is a very impressive pick with a 55% win rate on a new on a new kit.
Yeah, with a high play rate as well. The champion has been hotfix nerfed. So
I mean, it's still a ridiculous champion. The ability to be able to take someone just out of a team fight. Like, oh, there's that, like we were saying, say, for example, Hecarim's 21-1, just plopping him out, your entire team kills the rest of the team. And then, oh, wow, there's just this one 20-1 Hecarim, but there's 4 of us. What's he going to do?
Okay. So, loading into this game, nothing too out of the ordinary in terms of keystones as far as we can see. Yumi's a champion that can take Summon Area or Arcane Comet. I find that I really like the Arcane Comet keystone against non-sustain lanes like Lulu. In other cases, I think Summon Area is a very good keystone for Yuumi because it allows you to proc your Ardent Sensor just by hitting W on them, because hitting W on somebody counts as targeting them. It gives you the Summon Area Shield, which applies your Athenes and your Ardent Sensor.
Yes.
On the other hand, I really like being able to just dominate my lane when they have no sustain, so Arcane Comet's really good at that.
Yes.
And it's like a guaranteed hit. I think most of the professional players are taking Arcane Comet in the majority of games.
So we are going to be seeing a similar strategy to what Sensei Squad pulled.
Uh-oh, Extra Crispy gonna get slowed by this Prowling Projectile. Are they gonna be able to catch onto Extra Crispy? They're gonna have another Prowling Projectile here fairly soon. The Seismic Shove forces the flash.
Yeah. Very good job from Midnight Slushy taking that Seismic Shove. Getting that flash from Extra Crispy means that WaterBear is going to be able to come bot very soon, and is most likely going to be focusing Extra Crispy.
Yeah, that'll be rough for the bottom lane. But Midnight Slushy without that threaded volley at level 1 might have a little bit of difficulty shoving out against Skarl. which is what Taliyah wants to do. She just wants to shove the wave really hard, constantly, and look for roams or look for jungle skirmishes with the help of Water Bear, invading onto Puncake's 2 OP potentially.
So, looking at these teams right now, who do you think is going to win just off of team comps?
Just off of team comps,
take away all the names.
Yeah,
you just have team
Sensei
comps.
Squad's team comp just looks so strong for me. I have to give it to them just based on team champion picks alone. But again, everything comes down to execution. Perhaps Skelly is able to apply enough split push pressure that it doesn't matter how well they team fight.
So, I don't know too much about Yuumi. I only played it once. I've seen it a few times. Can you kind of explain to me what we should be seeing from this Yuumi?
So you see Mark Hames like pop out, auto attack somebody, and then pop back in. When your passive is up, your next auto attack becomes kind of like a Vel'Koz auto attack where it's like instant. It has extended range. It gives you a shield and it gives you some mana refund. They nerfed the mana refund and the shield a little bit. Nice root coming out of Skarl. Good trade onto Midnight Slushy. And so every time that passive is up, you're gonna see him hop out there, and there you go. And then when he pops into Blue Ashley, he gives her the shield.
And then that shield will stay forever up until it breaks.
It stays until it breaks, which means that in theory, you could just stack shields continuously by getting your passive and not having the shield break. So you could get like 10,000 shields if they never break it.
I'm scared now, just slightly. And then when Yuumi is inside on a champion, can control that prowling shot, correct?
The prowling projectile is that actually hit. It looked like
it
was
did
just a
hit.
spectator bug.
Hit. Spectator bugs. Gotta love them. Missed my Scion bugs.
That was not great. Now Blue Ashley is in trouble. Now Puncake's 2 OP is down here. The heal comes out, but Blue Ashley's gonna go down. Mark Hames popped the summoner heal and his E heal, but Blue Ashley's flash. But instead of Extra Crispy being the target, it ends up being Blue Ashley, and Puncake's 2 OP turns it into a first blood.
Blue Ashley definitely has had a hard time this entire series, giving up a first blood both games so far.
Yeah. Not the best look for this bottom lane for Sensei Squad, but they were able to turn it around in game 1. It's not over, it's just 1 kill.
Yeah. But last game they had a very fed Cassiopeia. So, are we going to be seeing the same thing from Midnight Slushy with a very fed Taliyah?
The hard carry mid laner. We'll see. Midnight Slushy on Taliyah, a champion that can definitely carry super well. Now here comes Puncake's 2 OP onto Zale 1-2-1-2. Mark Hames is really far up without his support, or without his AD carry rather. Now Zale 1-2-1-2. Gonna take a little bit of damage, just gonna breathe onto Puncake's 2 OP. Get out of my lane, he says.
Yeah. Probably the most depressing thing. So I played Ornn the other day, and I was so sad because I forgot that they took the shield off.
Water Bear!
Ooh.
That's the flash from Puncake's 2 OP over the wall.
I was very depressed that they took the shield off of Bellow's Breath. But you get the Unstoppable, but I don't feel like the Unstoppable really helps against Tryndamere.
Oh, no. All right, so Mark Hames trying to help Blue Ashley shove this wave out. That's one of the big weaknesses of Yuumi, is that she doesn't do a whole lot to help your AD carry shove the wave, which is why she goes so well with champions like Caitlyn, like Sivir. Skarl taking a lot of damage there from Midnight Slushy.
I want to say that the autos from Yuumi's passive also give her mana.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Just trying to remember everything about Yuumi because I've literally only played it once.
Yeah. See, so they're gonna go back, pick up the Frostfang. That's what you want. Ooh, good knockup.
Good charge. A lot of damage coming out from Zale onto Skelly. Skelly's gonna have to back out, but Skelly almost has 6, and once Tryndamere hits 6,
Once Tryndamere hits 6, it becomes a roulette wheel. Is he gonna crit me enough times that I die, or will I kill him? I mean, that's Tryndamere.
I mean, you're not wrong. But at the same time, I feel like Skelly hits 6, he backs, he buys items. That lane just becomes well, Zale can't fight me, but I can't fight Zale. So I think it just goes into just a CS fest.
Okay.
But it does look like Zale is 6 right now. Do you know how the Masterwork items work on Ornn?
Yes. I'm pretty sure it's like every few, it's like every level of his ultimate he gets to upgrade somebody, is it?
I thought it was after level 11.
Hold on a second, Water Bear's coming in. Extra Crispy is going to be the focus, but he's taking a lot of damage. There's the Whimsy, and Water Bear's left out to dry. Extra Crispy gets the kill with the Ignite. Now Pancakes to OP, looking to get onto Blue Ashley, looking for the slow. The Glitter Lance does not connect, but that one does. So here comes the Weaver's Wall. Midnight Slushy trying to turn the tides. Pancakes to OP trying to get out through the enemy jungle. The Weaver's Wall separating the two. Pancakes to OP now on the run. You're gonna get chased down here. Midnight Slushy looking for him. There's the Thread Volley. The Prowling Projectile will slow him enough for the Seismic Shove. Pancakes to OP is going down. Now Zale, he teleported into the bottom lane. The Call of the Forge God has been used. We didn't get to see it. Now Extra Crispy, very low, but Skarl is here. 1 for 1 at the end of the day. It looks like. Who died?
It was.
Oh, Water Bear.
Water Bear and
both junglers died.
Yes. I feel like that was just such a broken team fight.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of things were happening, but at the same time, nothing was happening.
Yeah, like, it looked like something was happening, but it was ultimately just Water Bear going too deep, not committing hard enough, and then dying. And then Pancakes to a P comes in, gets pushed out by Midnight Slushy! That's Skarl. He still takes a lot of damage for it, but... Yeah, Pancakes to OP is very behind. Look at the discrepancy in the jungle. He's got 25 CS compared to Water Bear's 41. He's level 4, gets jumped on by a level 6 Talia and just gets destroyed. That's not a play you can make as Kayn.
It bothers me a bit that we also can't see the worked ground very well.
All right, Midnight Slushy looking for the Seismic Shove on I Cry During Sex. Good sidestep away by the Ashe, but Midnight Slushy's just doing so much damage. The Whimsy comes out from Extra Crispy. I Cry During Sex still not level 6! Midnight Slushy flashes forward for the kill with the Threaded Volley. Now Infernal Drake is going to be the focus by Sensei Squad, and they really want this one. It's an Infernal Drake, the most powerful of the dragons, and it's going to be secured.
I mean, actually, yes, it is the most powerful when it's dealing damage to you, but technically all the dragons are good in its own sense.
Yes, but, you know, yeah, would you rather have an Infernal Drake or an Ocean Drake? Exactly.
I mean, depends. Am I playing Karthus? Actually, I still want an Infernal Drake.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I really feel like the Ocean Drake really helps Garen. Like, getting that mana regen just so good.
Yeah. All right, Skelly gonna take a little bit of a trade with Zale. Just turns around and autos him one time on the way out. But he's definitely not winning out on this one. The early Bramble Vest for Zale is making it really difficult for him to trade.
Yep, and that is going to be the first turret plating going, well, on the bot side going down. It does look like Midnight Slushy did also get a turret plate in the mid lane as well. And just, even though Blue Ashley was the one that died, she's looking, I mean, I guess I Cry During Sex has also died. Never mind. I'm just gonna be quiet for a bit. A lot of damage coming out to Extra Crispy from just the headshots.
All right, Pancakes to OP gonna be found by Zale, trying to invade on the enemy red buff. Here's the knockup coming in. Midnight Slushy gonna just do enough damage. Zale actually picks up the kill. His Q triggered the Bellows Breath. Oh, here we go. Enchanted Crystal goes in onto Mark Haynes. Mark Haynes just gonna jump into Blue Ashley.
I mean, that's what you need to do sometimes. Just sit there for a bit, then just jump into your ADC.
Yeah, I feel like that was just... I think that is the correct target because it's the one that doesn't have cleanse, but not enough people were on the same page with the play. If they had been on the same page, they root him up with Skarl's root thingy, they whimsy him, he can't jump in during that time, and this is a Yuumi, doesn't have a lot of health to work with.
Yeah. But right now, Sensei Squad looking very strong with 800 gold lead 10 minutes in. But they feel like, I feel like they're being much more dominant during team fights.
Yeah.
It could be that Zale is just hacking a bit and knocking up people through walls with the E, but...
Well, I mean, it's not, it's like it knocks up in a circle around him. The circle just happens to be big enough to go through that wall. The radius is bigger than the thickness of the wall. It's not a hack. Come on, dude. You just gotta understand your Ornn mechanics.
This is why I'm not a top laner.
Me neither.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, so if you've played Yuumi, it's actually not that hard to dodge it if you know, like, if like you're in the right position, it's pretty easy to dodge it.
I also like, oh wait, no. For some reason, I thought Pancakes was in the enemy jungle and Water Bear was also in the enemy jungle.
Zale
They just traded blues.
Zale was building an item. Here comes Pancakes to OP. Zale's gonna get harassed by Skelly here. And they're just gonna give up on this one.
Yeah, I really don't think they can really do much.
Oh, Midnight Slushy has found Extra Crispy on the wrong side of the wall. There's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Final chapter comes out a little bit too late to actually root anybody meaningful, but Water Bear still wants this one. Onslaught of Shadows is available. Wild Growth has already been used. Good stopwatch from Extra Crispy. They dodge away. Good flash from iCry during Sex, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Midnight Slushy on a kill spree, but he gets shut down by Extra Crispy too deep under tower. Scarl wants something more. Here's iCry during Sex in the back line. Here's Skelly. He teleported into the bottom lane. Blue Ashley is now in no man's land. They just spin to win all over her, and there's the
90 caliber net.
oh, the flash! Oh, the follow!
Skelly! You have you are literally Tryndamere. Just dive. I'm so hurt.
All right, Pancakes to OP here in the top lane, but he's 3 levels down to this top laner. Pancakes to OP has just been denied everything. And Skelly's gonna die.
Skelly?
He has ult.
Okay, there's the ultimate. Mark Haynes goes into
And he's
Blue
dead.
Ashley. Wait.
No, he's not gonna,
Wait.
he's not gonna get it.
Oh my god. Skelly, what are you doing?
That was, this is just an oh no, here's the call, the Forge God. That was a good teleport into the background. Pot Blossom comes out, but immediately he gets knocked into the Unraveled Earth. Sensei Squad are just dominating this map.
I have no comment. I'm still trying to process the whole Skelly not diving with the ultimate.
Yeah. It's very questionable. Like, I don't think he should have dived with the ultimate.
But he should have at least gotten out.
In the same vein, he should not have gone into the enemy jungle looking for a stray kill. Extra Crispy is now going to give up a kill to Midnight Slushy just cuz.
Hey, you know, sometimes as the support, you need to be supporting the enemy team.
And then, I don't know, Pancakes to OP, he's just been not farming super efficiently. because like, he hasn't been really a presence in any of the lanes. So the question is, how is he so far behind in terms of CS? He's down 2 levels to Water Bear, 30 something CS. That's 8 camps worth. That's a full jungle clear.
Yeah, it's a full jungle clear and then some.
No, it's actually exactly a full jungle clear, but now it's not. 32 divided by 8. Oh no, you're right. I mean, it's full jungle clear if you include the scuttle crabs, right?
Yeah, but there's only one skull crab on the map at a time.
Oh, you're right. Okay, you're right. It is a little bit more.
Oh, yes!
All right, my math is bad today. Mark Hames just gonna throw out a little prowling projectile. A second Infernal Drake is on the table for either of these two teams. Sensei Squad are gonna have the first pick of it. Are they gonna fight over this one on the side of special characters?
I think they're a bit too scared. Like, they're trying to do something, but they don't want to go in there. So, and I don't really blame
they just
them.
don't win fights right now. Midnight Slushy is massive.
Yeah, and like we were saying, we feel like the Sensei Squad team fighting is a lot better.
All right, Skelly just trying to trade with Sazale, but Ninja Tabi, Bramble Vest, a Glacial Shard, you're never gonna win that.
Oh yeah, never. I'm trying to figure out why Zell decided to charge into that wall though. Like, he obviously wasn't close enough for the knockout.
Well, maybe he was expecting the chase. I think it's a reasonable thing to do, but here comes the Kane coming in. Pancakes to OP, looking for Blue Ashley. That's final chapter of Enchanted Crystal. That's a beautiful cleanse from Blue Ashley, but it's not enough. And now look at Mark Hames. Is he going to be able to get onto Water Bear? He's going very low. Ignite might be enough to kill him. It is a double kill for Extra Crispy. Onslaught of Shadows secures the kill. Back. Pancakes to OP does not have Umbral Trespass, and he is going to go down. Water Bear pops back up and uses that Rampage for the double kill. It's a triple kill for the Hecarim.
What looked like a really good gank from Pancakes to OP. Midnight Slushy with that Weaver's Wall can just travel so fast, along with the what I like to call rock surfing, because I don't actually know what the pass.
I think that's actually what it's called.
Wait, is it actually?
Yeah, I'm like pretty sure. Yes.
Yes! I know my abilities. But with the rock surfing and the Weaver's Wall, it's just so good.
Yeah, I mean, Midnight Slushy is just applying so much power to this map for Sensei Squad. Water Bear, with his lead over Pancakes 2OP, is just so much more of a threat in these fights as well. You saw him just charge in a what was essentially a 1v3 because Mark Hames died inside of him.
Yes.
And Blue Ashley was already dead by the time he got there. And then just like starts killing him, waits for Midnight Slush to eventually get there, and then kills the rest of them.
Well, I Cried During Sex is just so like underfed. 0-3-5, while Extra Crispy is 4-3. Like, you want those to kind of be reversed. You want your ADC to be 4-3. You don't want your support to be 4-3, especially Lulu.
All right, Rift Herald going to be started up by the Sensei Squad. It looks like they just sort of get to take whatever they want on this map. They've got 2 Infernal Drakes. They've got Tower First Blood. They're starting up on the, or they're finishing off the Rift Herald, rather.
Yeah. Sunset Squad is about 3.5.
Oh, Piltover Peacemaker and the Prowling Projectile hit onto Pancakes 2OP, which means Water Bear just going to chase them down. Maybe Onslaught of Shadows is available. There it is, and he's dead.
Yeah. So blue buff going over to Water Bear. It's not bad on him.
Oh, good knockout comes in from Zale, but he's in a 1v2 situation. I Cry During Sex trying to kite it out, and Zale is maybe to bit off a little bit more than he can chew.
Yep, and Zale is going
And that was the 5th kill for Lulu.
Hey, it's ADC Lulu. I want to see that IE. I want to see those Berserker Greaves.
Rift Herald going to be dropped in the mid lane after that first tier tower goes down. There's the charge, does a big chunk of damage to that one. They're going to get a second one. Charge!
Where's our Kled? Where's our Scarl?
Yeah, right? All right, Prowling Projectile going to be annoying onto Scarl. Here goes Skelly. He goes deep, and he immediately loses his health bar. Has to pop the ultimate just to run away.
Hey, but that's what Tryndamere is for. It's just a bit, but not enough to where you die.
Ooh.
That's how you play Tryndamere, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think.
Hopefully. But Skelly just being so weak right now. 125 CS, 0-1-0. Can't really do much.
I mean, he's not weak.
He's weak in comparison to everyone else on the enemy team.
Yeah, I mean, everyone on Sensei Squad is a little bit ahead of the curve in terms of power, just because their team is so far ahead as a whole. Really, the only one who's not like crazy. I mean, even anyone who is crazy ahead because they got this tower lead. Double Infernal's also not helping the situation.
Yeah. Are we going to see 3 Infernals yet again this game? Dragon coming up in less than 60 seconds.
Nah, hey. Ocean Drake.
Hey, we were talking about how getting that Ocean Drake isn't the worst thing in the world, especially on something like Taliyah and Hecarim, who use a lot of mana. Like, it could be a worse Actually, I'm pretty sure the Ocean Dragon is the worst dragon you could get in this game.
It is. Cloud Drake is really good for Hecarim, really good for Kayn, really good for Tryndamere. Yeah. It's honestly, Cloud Drake is underrated.
Cloud Drake is really good. Mountain Drake, obviously. Oh my god, Skelly, where did your health go?
Iceborne Gauntlet plug combined with the base damages out of Ornn and the fact that Skelly's not super ahead right now, just doing so much damage. Now here we go. There's the Prowling Projectile. There's the nice use of the final chapter. Just roots them all in place. Onslaught of Shadows as he goes back in. Water Bear deletes him, but that's a beautiful Pop Blossom. Does a big chunk of damage, but he's not going to be able to finish off anyone else. Midnight Slushy flashes forward, but the threaded volley forces the flash out from I Cry During Sex. Skelly trying to split push.
Skelly's just given up on his team. He's just like, hey, y'all can fight, sure, I'm not coming, I'm just gonna get this turret. Sound good? Good.
He got it at the very least. It's still 2 towers to 3. It's not insurmountable, but it might be insurmountable if they lose an inhibitor at 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what are they gonna do to stop it?
Yeah, Water Bear is gonna be heading up there in about 5 seconds. He has the Ghost. So, but that's gonna be the in hit going down. I Cry During Sex almost going down.
Ace in the hole? Oh, he's Summoner healed. He's Summoner healed.
Yeah, so the heal coming out, but big yikes. And then that's going to be Skelly getting a second turret.
Yeah, the fact that he got a second tower, I mean, they lost an inhibitor. That's not, let's call it what it is. But he got 2 towers for that. So they're actually not doing too bad in terms of global gold. It's just that kills are meaning a whole lot. Midnight Slushy is massive.
Hey, like we said earlier, Midnight Slushy, he's very good at working with his team. Like, he isn't obviously solo carrying. His team is doing such a good job, but his team just complements him so well. And he's just able to put out a lot of damage with no one really just... They're like, oh, we should probably kill Talia. And then Water Bear's just like, ha, funny story.
Yeah. All right, here comes Water Bear. Gonna find Skelly. He's just gonna be able to spin over the wall unless he just wants to try and crit down Water Bear, but not gonna take the risk. He knows that more people from the members of Sensei Squad are on their way.
Yeah, Skelly is going to take the wall.
Uh-oh, Extra Crispy might die here.
No, has the speed. The Rylai's won't slow him.
Ooh.
No. Enchanted Crystal Arrow is going to hit, but it's not like it's going to do much.
Yeah, that was from base. I think he was just expecting more to happen. But all right, we got the Baron started up by the Sensei Squad. Skarl in the bottom lane is split pushing. He has no teleport. Skelly is in the area. Good knockup from the Baron onto Blue Ashley. Here comes Water Bear. A big crit to the head for Skelly.
No. And with Baron at half
Slow by the
health,
Prowling Projectile, they can't go in. Here comes Pancakes 2OP looking for the potential steal. That final chapter's not going to find any targets. I cried during sex on the wrong side, and now he's going to get zoned out by Midnight Slush. He just might die! Water Bear charges into him for the kill, and this Baron's going very low. I don't know if Pancakes 2OP can get in there. He blast goes in, but it's too early. Knocked up. He's going to use the Umbral Trespass. They stop damage on the Baron. Wait for him to come back out. Knocked up by the Call of the Vortex God and taken down. Beautiful focus from Sensei Squad.
I don't think the Weaver's Wall was... Oh, Weaver's Wall
for Skelly. He went for Skelly. Skelly is now Undying Rage, but he's just going to get chased down. Here's Extra Crispy giving him the shield. Glitterlance goes out. Midnight Slushy throws out the Unraveled Earth, and they will survive. Hey, teleport into the base.
Yeah, meanwhile, the rest of Sensei Squad is just trying to run into the base.
Ace in the hole. Oh, it's not a Shadows. Skelly's down.
Marcade's tanking right now. Might go down, doesn't. The heal's going to save him, but that's going to be the first turret going down, and with one turret left, this might just be the game.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they got the Baron buff super minions, but
no, they are going to back out.
Yeah.
Up though. Rest team's coming up. Skelly's the only one dead. Midnight Slushy's back in base. Let's give him some room.
Yeah. Midnight Slushy is just destroying this series.
Midnight Slushy, I think, has had a KDA of over 5 the entire game. Maybe even over 10.
All right, so Water Bear gonna tank some minions, or some tower shots to...
Weird flex, but okay. Weird flex, but okay.
All right, Pancakes 2OP. He's just trying. Like, there's nothing they can do, honestly.
Sensei Squad is just so far ahead right now. Like, it actually just hurts a bit. Like, they're trying. You can obviously see that they are trying, but there's just nothing they can do. Sensei Squad is just way too far ahead right now.
Okay. Well, inhibitor down in the mid lane. All that's left to do is take down those bot and top lane inners, and then go for the inhibitors there. Water Bear just barreling out of the base. He's got his Trinity Force. He's got his GA. He's on the warpath.
Hey, that's all you need. Just buy what you can and then just go in and win. The Trinity Force, the GA helps a lot. Shockmaster Hecarim, anyone? Where's the rapid fire cannon?
Okay, Zale and Mark Hames sitting there ready for anyone who wants to walk through them, and he's in there. Zale, they throw down the final chapter. Here's the Call of the Force God. Onslaught of Shadows goes in. They get a big chunk of damage, and Midnight Slushy goes unstoppable as Extra Crispy is the first kill of the fight. They lose the Tryndamere through the Undying Rage. He didn't ult! I cried during sex is now the focus. Water Bear is going to chase him down. Here comes Mark Hames and giving them the movement speed boost, but he gets rooted under tower. Pop Blossom going to catch 4 members, but it's not enough damage to finish up anybody, just barely. It's an ace for 0, and Sensei Squad are going to end the game.
So, Hecarim now having a 100% win rate, currently in the Summer Splash. In case anyone was wondering, you should probably ban Hecarim.
It's been very powerful, and that is going to be the Sensei Squad with a 2-0 lead over the special characters.
Yeah, honestly, a very good series. Game 1, it did look like it was going to go over the special characters near the beginning. They had just such a commanding lead. Sensei Squad was able to come back, scrape by, and then really dominate game 1.
This is all... Midnight Slushy was an absolute monster this series. Huge performance from Cassiopeia. Huge performance on Talia after that champion was banned against him. He's just really good at these, sustained damage mid laners. And it just seemed like in the jungle, Pancakes 2OP was just sort of falling behind in terms of CS, really, and because of that, he wasn't really able to get anything done in the early to mid game, and then from there, it's just kind of over.
Yeah. Honestly, everyone on Sensei Squad did so well. Mark Hames keeping his ADC in this game, 0-1 and 20 on this Yuumi right now, as well as Blue Ashley 5-2 and 8. So did a lot better early game this game. Still gave over first blood, but did a lot better this time, 5-2 and 8. And then again, Midnight Slushy just overall such a good player, 9-1 and 10 this series. Some ridiculous... This game. Sorry,
it's like 12-4 and something else on game 1.
I think he was only like 2 deaths game 1.
Really?
Yeah, something ridiculous. Midnight Slushy just did so well. Water Bear also doing super well. And then Zale just being that really big rock, keeping Skelly down and just really doing a good job.
Zale was kind of like the rock this game, but in game number 1, that Tahm Kench ultimate was just so good. In any case, Sensei Squad looking really good, as you would expect from the GRLCS Platinum Cap champions. We'll see how they do 2 weeks from now. Right? Or maybe, no, 3 weeks from now, rather. Because
I thought they played... Oh, no.
The winner's bracket is 3 weeks from now.
3 weeks.
In any case, we'll see if the special characters can turn it around 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now,
I believe they will be playing Low Elo Rats.
Yes, that's correct. Yes. All right. So in any case, that is it for us for this week. We'll see you next weekend for week 2 of the Summer Splash. We'll see 8 new teams, 4 from Platinum and 4 from Uncapped. None of them will be the ones you've seen this weekend. Hope to see you for those. Thank you so much for watching. I'm AlexHNA22, and this is Noah Sirene Hasoon. Might not be us next weekend, but hope to see you there anyways. Have a good night.